Nice to be here with everybody this morning. It takes about a minute for the link to switch over. Oh, I cut my hair too short again. All right, here we go. Just post this here. Get the folks in the room, and then we'll get started like usual. There we go. Now let me go ahead and there we go. Perfect. You put that here, put that there, get organized, say hello to everybody. There we go. David, Brian, Eagle Beagle, Dave, Robert, Rich, Robert, Wayne, Zenmaster, Scott, Terrence, Ricky, Tom. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me share my screen. That is a mistake that I made yesterday that I don't want to make again. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody's we got so much to talk about today. That's right, we do. Corey, Joy Corey. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. JB, Sandra, Henry, Rick, Daniel, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Hope you're doing well. We got Robert, we got Richard, we got Kenneth, we got Samson, we got Daniel, Delroy, Thomas, Pat. Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Nina, on a different computer, on Don's computer. Well, I won't tell Don. War Dog is in the house. David, good morning. Now we just have to see how Moondog is doing. We got War Dog. We got one dog. We got to make sure we have another dog. Diana, good morning. Randy, good morning. All right. My only complaint here is I love hanging out with you guys here so much that I don't have time to go to work. And on time, I'm late to work every day, and I'm missing the opening bell. So I gotta make a conscious effort to leave here about 5 minutes earlier. So we're going to be cutting these about 5 minutes shorter, which I don't think will hurt anybody because I talk too much. RP, Ray, Timothy, good morning. Grace, good morning. Hello there, everybody. Tara, good morning. And I'm sorry about my rant yesterday about getting a link to those sites that were saying nasty things about me from like 5 years ago. I apologize. I should just completely ignore it like most people would. It just burns me to see stuff like that. But anyways, we're here right now. Folks, I'm going to be doing a very, very, very special class today at 1 o'clock where I'll be talking about how you can generate a 95% win rate. It's a new class. It's going to be very, very cool. And also join me in my VIP room at noon today. And here is a link for that. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Karen, good morning. Duzzy, good morning. All right, let's begin. So to start things off, the Nasdaq is up about 60 points, just a hair above random. Henry says I send them pizzas. There you go. Yeah, I'm just ignoring it all. I would have totally not even remembered it, but somebody sent me an email saying, what are these silly posts that I'm seeing online that are just complete nonsense? So it got me all worked up. It doesn't take a lot to get me worked up. Infinitely, Louis, David, and by the way, I saw some of your CC and a couple of others. I saw some of your posts defending me yesterday. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very nice of you guys. All right. The Dow is down. Blue chips are down. There is one sector that I continue to see in my scans, and I'm going to talk about that today because I'm seeing too many stocks doing that today. I'm going to give you 4 stocks that are, if you wait till the end, I'm actually going to give you 4 stocks that are setting up for potential A-line trades. We'll talk about that. Cecilia said, there you go, Cecilia. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, born and raised in West Hollywood, Russian spy. That's amazing. I love it. All right, all right. It's the funniest thing. The things that people write online is amazing. So we've got to talk about something today. Folks, we have Julian, Clay, everybody's in the house. I love it. Love it. Look, we already got 224 people. We've only been online for 4 minutes. Oh, my pleasure, Aki. Hawk. I can't read your name right. A key Hawk fan. Just put your name there. A key Hawk fan. Thanks infinitely. I really appreciate you guys. It's just very frustrating because this is a very skeptical business, and when people see some negative, they walk, they think there's smoke, there's fire, but this is a weird business we're in. Anyway, we've got earnings on AMD. We've got earnings on Microsoft. Folks, I don't want you to think that the tech is the only thing in focus today. It's not. And when I show you the chart, the stocks that are breaking out, you will see that. Aloha, Patrick. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also have Pfizer. We also have PG. By the way, PG should be out. If anybody knows what PG is at this point, give me a heads up. It should impact consumer staples. We got out of consumer staples yesterday in Bargain Hunter. We took a little profit. Yeah, all those pages are like 5, 6, 7 years old. They haven't posted anything in the last couple of years. We also have, so pay attention. We have PayPal. PayPal is a tech stock that has huge implications for consumer discretionary. It's not worth my time infinitely. Hey, Rick, how are you? Starbucks, huge consumer discretionary. So PG, you've got stock, you've got Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble is going to impact the Dow, and it's going to impact. Thank you for that, Dylan and Henry. I think it's like giving them fire to deal with. I think the best thing to do is to have people who actually listen and make money from me to tell the truth. That's why I always say, just tell the truth. You don't have to protect me. Just tell the truth. Tell the honest, your experience with me. That's all I care about, really, because I could learn from that too. Yeah, they do. Okay, okay, we got Procter and Gamble down 8%, 5%. So that's going to weigh on the Dow. So listen carefully. Let's focus on this now. Procter and Gamble is a big, if not the biggest consumer staple stock, right? When you think about consumer staples, you think about Procter and Gamble. The first thing I think about is Kraft, consumer staples. But maybe I'll do that infinitely. Maybe I'll do that. But think Procter and Gamble is a huge consumer stock. PayPal has huge exposure to consumer discretionary. Why? What do you think most people transact? Shopify and PayPal. So we have to really focus on that. Good morning, Frank. Starbucks, huge consumer discretionary stock. So these two stocks are going to have a major impact on consumer discretionary. Pfizer and Merck are the biggest healthcare stocks. So you're going to have huge exposures to healthcare. Okay. So aside from thanks, Carlos. I appreciate that. Look at that. Revenue is the big focus, and I'm going to talk again about revenue. Guys, revenue, this is the first time revenue numbers are lowest since the first quarter of 2022. So, and earnings, we're expecting 6-7%. We're now barely at 1% EPS. I'm going to see if I can have an update for you, a scorecard for you by the time we get to the VIP room. And here is the link to the VIP room. And by the way, customer service live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., also known as the Cam and Gustavo Show. Please don't miss it. If you have any customer service questions, install issues, your greater than sign is backwards on your ProTrader dashboard. I got an email of that. Cam and Gustavo Show. Please pay attention. I'll talk about some of these as we continue, but thank you for giving me the numbers, Herv2 Aces. I appreciate it very much. So these are in focus. I'm going to tell you, don't just focus on chips. I'm seeing a lot of Wall Street folks saying we're going to be talking about chips today. No, we're going to be talking about chips. We're going to be talking about software. We're going to be talking about huge healthcare companies. We're talking about consumer staples. We're talking about consumer discretionary. There's a lot of things reporting today. Don't put yourself in a what's the word I'm looking for? In a tunnel. Don't put yourself in a tunnel. Good, Don. I'm really happy to hear that. All right. So please pay attention to this. What about Fed data? Well, we're going to be going, and this is where things get really interesting. Okay. This is where things get really interesting. Roger, why are things getting really interesting? I'll tell you why they're getting really interesting. Because we have the Fed announcement tomorrow, which means we're starting the FOMC today. And if we're starting the FOMC today, that means the market is supposed to get quiet. Excuse me if you hear some noises. There's some construction. They're building a house across the street from me, so I don't think you'll hear it. But anyway, we're supposed to get really quiet today ahead of the FOMC, which comes out tomorrow. But I don't see how that's possible with like these mega caps, leaders in every market: Microsoft, Procter Gamble, Pfizer, Merck, PayPal, Starbucks. I don't see how we can have quietness ahead of that. And then to add insult to injury, you got jolts and consumer confidence. And these reports are not tier one reports. They're not like employment reports, but they're very, very important reports. And they have a very significant impact on the market. All right. So the futures as of this morning. That's early in the morning. Let's see where futures are right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my TC 2000. Yeah, don't put yourself in a bubble. One second, I'm just turning on TC 2000 here. Look how fast this thing loads. Man, I love this program. I wish they were a public company and I invested in them 20 years ago. Okay, here we go. There we go. Loading my last layout. There we go. So let's see what the Dow's doing. The Dow is barely down. The Dow futures are barely down. So the Dow is mimicking this right here. What about QQQ? Up 0.34. A little higher, but nothing crazy. What about SPY? 0.22. Just very, very dry, not much happening. If anything happens, I'll pull it up. And I know we've had some earnings already coming out today. CAR has been on my buy list, Eagle Beagle, for a long time. But let's take a look at a couple. Merck. Let's go on a daily. Merck is down $3. What other stocks are reporting today? Pfizer. Pfizer's up, so Pfizer will offset Merck a little bit. I think that's about it so far, right? Nothing really came out yet. So the market is pretty much echoing this, which means we really don't know what's going to happen. And folks, remember, even if with all these earnings, even with the market opening, don't go hot and heavy before 10 a.m. We've got consumer confidence and jolts, and these reports are important, very, very important, okay? So let's talk a little bit about commodities, and then we'll get into the big picture. Gold is kind of sitting here, right here at this level. I'm not going to be buying gold till we get up here at all. There's one gold stock that is setting up for a potential A-line trade, and that's Newmont Mining right now, as you will see in just a second. Right here, I am nervous about anything to do with gold right now because this is not above this level. If you're going to buy Newmont Mining, wait for it to go above the 84 level because we need to see gold. Good. PayPal's doing good. ADM missed earnings. All right. So you see where gold is right now? We're at the 50-day moving average, and we're below the 8-day EMA. So till I see gold above this area again, I'm not doing anything. But what stock am I looking at right now? If gold does something, I'm looking at Newmont Mining because it's above the A line, and it's looking really good. But again, I'm nervous about the whole ball of wax here, okay? What about interest rates? Well, interest rates, this is the 10-year. Look at the trend. This is the deflationary line right here. And look at the 10-year on a stock. We're kind of in between, but we're not moving lower. We will be impacted by interest rates will be impacted over the next 24 to 48 hours. This is a very important report that's coming out. I don't know what interest rates will do, but everything relating to interest rate is going to move quite a lot. Right now, home builders are in the first spot. I'm really trying to connect the dots for you guys today. So watch carefully what I'm going to show you. I'm kind of going back and forth today because I needed to show you something. Look at stocks making 50-day highs. I want to show you. Remember what I told you about a week ago? Home builders, anything to do with home building, anything to do with construction, anything to do with resident. Do you guys remember I said that to you? So I want to show you guys something. Real estate, IYR. Real estate. Stanley Black and Decker, home improvements. Pulte Group. Home builders. Equity Residential, Lennar Homes, Fortune Brand Securities, DHI Horton, ITB Dow Jones Home Builders, Sherwin-Williams Paint Company, Toll Brothers, Kaufman and Broad. Is there anything else I need to say at this juncture in regards to home housing stocks or home builders? I don't think I can connect. I think me drawing a line and making an arrow with crayons and X's and dots would probably be a better job. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to tell you right now? Or do I need to draw a map for you too? Now there's only 63 stocks on this list. How many of the ones that I just list were home builders and relating to home construction and relating to lower interest rates? Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. That'll help the market quite a bit. Technology stocks and consumer discretionary. We're long consumer discretionary in one of our programs, by the way. So do you guys, good, Eagle. Sometimes I explain things to you and sometimes I just say hell with it. I'll just show them. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. Do you guys understand what sector's in focus right now and why? Or do I need to go over it again and draw a map for you guys? Okay. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So we're looking at interest rates potentially going higher and causing all of the stocks that I just showed you right now to go up with it. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about right now, then you haven't been following the movie that I've been showing you for the last week and a half. Joy, you watch the stocks that I pick on my list because I just went through stocks on my list from that list. But I just showed you the entire list, but I didn't give you my hit list from there. My hit list is in the end shows you the stocks that I like from there. And I can assure you a few of those stocks that I just mentioned are on that list. But you see how easy this is? See how simple this is? You see, I'm not trying to find the hidden needle in the thread. All right. So 10 years moving up, the cash equivalent is sideways, but I have a feeling it'll go up if the reports today are better than expected. Exactly, Richard. I just showed it to you. Instead of talking about it, I just showed it to you. Do you guys understand why I like everything relating to home builders and home construction? Or yes, because I just showed you like 15 examples. There you go, Richard. Exactly. Volatility. I'm looking at volatility. If the report this morning is good, I think volatility will finally get up to the 16 level, although the fact that it's still up at this level is telling us that volatility is on heightened alert. I'm going to repeat again, heightened alert for volatility. We're above 15. Once we break above 1588, we're in a more calm area. And once we break the 15 level, or in this case, 15 level, then we're back. Then the stock market is back in bullish zone. So I think right now we have to watch this very, very carefully. And remember, nobody, including myself, has any idea what's going to happen. And we're not going to react. We're not going to guess ahead of time. We're going to react. Moondog is in the hospital for VTAC. Sorry I'm late. They're converting me, and it's worked. Yes! They're converting him, and it worked. Interest rates are not going up. This is what I was trying to tell you, Richard. This is bonds, not interest rates. Bonds going up means interest rates going down. This is the bonds. There's a 180-degree inverse relationship between bonds and interest rates. If bonds go up, interest rates go down. Richard, do you understand? Okay. Crude oil. What did I tell you about crude oil? We're below the 200-day moving average right now. There's no soup. And by the way, the fact that home builders are going up, the fact that home construction is going up is deflationary. What happens when crude oil goes down? It's deflationary. So crude oil is confirming what we're seeing from interest rates and home builders. Exactly, Joy. Priced in rate cut already for September, which means if we don't get that rate cut in September, ay, caramba. Yeah, we missed you yesterday, Moondog. Give us more updates. So, crude oil, not so good. Gold, we're waiting for gold to go above a critical level, which is 225 on the GLD and on the futures contract. And on the futures contract, let me show you where that is. Good morning, Gabriel. Because they're idiots, Cecilia. We're waiting for gold to trade above the 2,500 level, as I told you. Once gold trades higher and we're confident, we have a perfect stock that happens to be in the A line right now. They just crossed above the A line, but I still like the stock. It's a nice little pullback. Not going to touch it till I see gold above the levels. Yeah, me too. Me too, Eagle Beagle. So we talked about interest rates. We talked about the 10-year. We talked about the cash market. We talked about gold. We talked about crude oil. We talked about volatility. I gave you some key levels. Let's now talk about the broad market. Let's put everything together. I'll make this a little bigger. And it's easier to talk about the broad market after I kind of gave you an outline, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the stocks, okay? And also, it helps to talk a little bit. It helps. Ooh, PayPal's up 9%. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. What was that other stock that was coming out with PayPal? Hold on. Let me see here. Starbucks. That's the one I wanted to see. Sorry, I'm just here messing around with this. Nothing yet for Starbucks. It must be coming after the close. I'll tell you what, why don't we take a quick look at everything that's coming out? Merck, let's look at Merck. Down $3. Let's look at Microsoft. That comes out after the close. Pfizer up 37 cents. PG dumping hard. Whew, this is going to be bad for Dow. I'll talk about small caps in a little bit once we get into stocks. So mixed. We're coming out mixed. It's great for PayPal. This is going to help tech. And this is going to screw up consumer discretionary big time. So again, we're getting a little bit of a lift with tech via PayPal, and we're getting a little bit of a dump in Dow versus PG. And by the way, PG is a big Dow player. So this is bad. Very, very bad. Yeah, Starbucks comes out later. Again, and also remember, I have a class today. We're going to be talking about my pit, the trading pit, not the dashboard, but the pit. You guys don't want to miss out on that. And my VIP room is at noon. And don't forget, Customer Service Live. Big fat red link in Customer Service Members Area, also known as the Cam and Gustavo Show. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They really help me out quite a bit with everything we do. So let's talk a little bit about global economy, and then we'll put everything together. Folks, by the way, the trajectory of me doing this and the topics that I cover, does it seem like it helps put the full big picture before the opening bell for you? Kind of, am I connecting the dots in the right order? Is everybody happy with the order of things that we do things? Please let me know. I want feedback because I'm always looking to improve. Markets are bracing for Federal Reserve to start their 2-day policy, which means hedge funds are not going to. BP, let's see what BP is doing. It's not a huge stock, but let's see. It's up about 1% pre-open. I don't even know if they reported or not, but it's not a big stock, and it's in a downtrend, and it's touching the 50-day moving average, which means it'll probably back away and come down here. Fantastic, absolutely, very helpful, perfect. Yes, yes. All right, good. We're on the right track. Let's continue. Good. The full Monty. There you go. All right, job opening. So we have a very interesting thing. Funds are going to slow down. Retail traders are not going to slow down because they don't think ahead like that. And we're going to have two major reports. And again, these are going to be big ones. So don't go making big trades ahead of time. Consistently helps. That's what I want to hear. Consistently. The word consistent is a rare breed in our world that I live in. So consistently helps is good. I told you that I was very bullish on semiconductors last couple of weeks. I did. And the stock is up over 11%. Tesla is up as well. They got an upgrade from Morgan Stanley. I wanted to recommend Tesla yesterday for a day trade, but I don't like how Tesla looks on a daily. And I'm never, ever going to give you guys a day trade simply for the sake of a day trade, because what if we get stuck? We need an insurance policy to get out of the sticky waters, right? Starbucks can't offset PG. PG is a huge consumer staple stock. Starbucks is more of a consumer discretionary stocks. PG is things that you need to live. Your son, your daughter needs that ham sandwich for dinner, for lunch at school. Not everybody needs Starbucks. There's a lot other. Starbucks is more retailer, consumer discretionary. I went long a consumer discretionary yesterday in one of programs we're in. Anyway, we'll see how it does today. So I told you I was bullish on semiconductors. I was bullish on Tesla yesterday. I even made a comment that I'm bullish on Tesla yesterday in the pit. But I told you I can't, in good faith, give you the trade on Tesla, even though I really liked it, because I didn't like how the daily chart looks. The daily chart looks like this. Look. Look, we're in a descending triangle. We can easily come up here and come right back down. This is a bearish chart. This is not a bullish chart. And if I don't feel bullish on something, how can I give you a stock? What if we get stuck for a couple of days? What am I going to do? Right? So there's a reason why. So again, perfect example. The stock was a great candidate for day trading yesterday. But I didn't give it to you. Why? Because for overnight, I don't like how it looks. So again, I always pick stocks that we can lean on. I need that insurance policy. I'm just not that good. I'll talk about Angie. Good morning. I'll talk about TJ Maxx. It's one of my highlighted stocks. It's right here. I highlighted it this morning. It's right there on my list with a little asterisk, and I'll explain to you why I have the asterisk next to it. There's a reason why I have the asterisk next to it. So again, what's the lesson you want to learn? The biggest lesson I could teach you: don't trade stocks that you're not willing to swing, because what happens if you get stuck? Thanks, Moondog. Thanks. I appreciate that, Moondog. McDonald's climbed over 3%. I've been very bearish on McDonald's lately. And I want to show you something about McDonald's. I know I'm going a little slower today than usual, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So look at McDonald's. McDonald's is in a major downtrend. It broke above the uptrend yesterday. If McDonald's doesn't break higher and starts breaking below the 50-day moving average, it's going to be a good short again. So I'm not getting bullish on McDonald's. I'm using this upside on McDonald's yesterday as a potential to short it once it breaks the 256 level. That's what I would be doing yesterday. Yeah, thank you, Moondog. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. So right here. All right. So ARM, the stock, ARM is a semiconductor stock. It got downgraded. Meanwhile, ON had good earnings. So I think ON and ARM, what names, right? ON and ARM are going to offset each other. As of right now, semiconductors are up 0.42. Right here. 0.42. So far they're holding on. Okay, let's again look at the SPY. SPY's up about 1 point, very little. RSP is up 0.15. QQ RW is up. Oops. QQRWR. What's QQ? Oh, Q. What's the equal? Not the, what's the equal weighted? QQ. This one is up 0.27. What's the equal weighted? QQ. WR. WP. Right? I forgot the ticker symbol. You'll have to remind me of the equal weighted one. It's QQE something. QQEW right here. There it is. 0.34 versus 0.27. About this. Thank you, Eagle Beagle. Yes, nothing changed with SMH. We want to be up here before we buy. By the way, I told you guys that we want to be above here about a week ago. And by the way, anybody who bought semiconductors without taking my advice is in the shitter right now. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Look at that. Only when we're above this level. Why? Well, why do you think? Remember what I told you? It can easily come down and it'll be just a pullback to the downside. Right here. Right here. If you listened to me, you would have saved yourself a hell of a lot of money for the last couple of days. So ARM and ON are going to be offsetting each other. And we're now moving into AMD territory, and AMD doesn't report till the end of the day. So I don't think chips are going to see big movements ahead of AMD. Remember, I have to teach you how to trade from the perspective of hedge funds, because hedge funds is what's driving the market. Federal Reserve begins its 2-day policy meeting, which means markets are going to be extra quiet today. All right. Well, no, which means markets should be quiet today. I don't think they're going to be quiet today in light of everything we're seeing. We got earnings, as I highlighted, AMD, Pfizer, Starbucks, PG, Microsoft, Merck. That's taking center stage. I don't see how markets could be quiet in light of all of this. We got job openings and consumer, equal weight. Thank you, Heather. It's just so many tickers in the morning. My mind gets a little scrambled. Unless you went short, Thomas. That's right. If you went short, God bless. Below the 50-day moving average, we're short. Consumer confidence, not so good. I mean, it'll be updated today. I'm not expecting great consumer confidence right now. Europe is up a little bit as investors are digesting data. Tech and oil stocks led gains on Tuesday, which is really bizarre because oil stocks go up when it's inflationary. Technology stocks go up when it's deflationary. So seeing both of these up in Europe is a little odd. China closed lower. Sentiment in July is not there. Nothing is doing well there. Oil stocks underperformed and property stocks gained ground. That makes sense. If interest rates are going down, if we're deflationary, oil stocks would be going down while property stocks would be going up. At least that makes some sense. Japan closed slightly higher. They're keying off of U.S., reversing earlier losses. Gains in real estate and healthcare stocks led the gains on Tuesday. Blue chips. The first thing you need to figure out today is blue chips or tech. Blue chips or tech. That's what I'm going to be focusing on today. Stocks you should be focused on. Sprouts lifted its full. Now, have I been bullish or bearish on the stock for the last several months? What have I been telling you about the stock literally every other day for the last several months? What have I been telling you about the stock? Don't say you've never seen me talk about it. Please don't. Don't insult my intelligence. They lifted their full year forecast. What is the most powerful thing a stock can do? Yeah, I'm drinking tea right now. I gave up coffee and everything caffeinated almost 2 years ago. Actually, about a year and a half ago. What happened? What's the most important thing a stock can do for itself? Give itself an upgrade. The stock lifted its full year forecast. No. Not an analyst. The company itself lifted. Nice, Angie. Guidance. No, they lifted their own guidance. Remember what I told you, the biggest catalyst for a company is when they lift their own guidance. That's right. What caused Apple to make new highs after slumping? raising their own guidance. They bought back their own stock and raised their own guidance. I keep teaching you guys this over and over and over and over and over again. So, and by the way, I've been talking about this stock way before they lifted their guidance. I've been talking about the stock right here, right here, right there, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and about 3 days ago. How many times I'm curious, how many times have I told you about this stock in the last 6 months? How many times? 20, 30, 40 times? All right. Lattice Semiconductor. How many times did I tell you to sell this stock in the last 6 months? How many times has this stock been on my sell list? Stocks that go up get upgraded. Stocks that go down get downgraded. I told you to sell Lattice Semiconductor several times. Made money on it 3 times for sure. Yeah, CJ, that's right. Let's see here. Yes, it was. It was right here. There it is yesterday on my, this is yesterday. This is morning 7:29 right here. And here's SFM right here. Right there. This is yesterday's list. Right there. I don't play around, guys. You could also watch the replay. Yeah, it was on yesterday's list. All right. So, it did well. All right, and Affirm got upgraded. So Affirm and Lattice Semiconductor, not Lattice, not Lattice Semiconductor are going to offset each other. On Semiconductors got some upside. Let's see how futures are doing right now, and then we'll move on to the major stocks. Let's see if we're had any major movement on SMH in the last 5 minutes. This is a 5-minute chart. On the SPY, no. QQQ, so far, we haven't had much movement. The conference calls, when they start upgrading themselves, that's huge. That's like 10 broker recommendations. Because a broker has no vested interest in the company. But when the company says we're doing better, you should be buying us, that's huge. And also, if they're lying, they can get into big trouble. All right, what about the broad market? Let's broaden our perspective, all right? First off, momentum levels. I'm still very concerned about the Nasdaq 100. We have 44% of stocks are trading below the 50-day moving average. 200 is okay, but I don't like this. That means we're either going to dump or we're going to bounce. What's causing this to happen? Consumer discretionary, information technology, communication services. Every stock that's down here. Consumer discretionary, QQQ, technology, semiconductor. Communications trying to rally, Meta, Google, hello, trying to rally, but this is where we're at right now, pretty much. Why is the S&P 500 all the way down here? It has tons of blue chips because the Nasdaq, because consumer discretionary, QQQ, technology, semiconductors, and communication make up about 40% of the index. Okay, so there's a reason for all of this. What about technically? Let's look at SPX. Right at the 50-day moving average. This is what I was trying to say yesterday. Guys, don't get super bullish just yet. We're literally between the 8-day EMA and we can't get above the 8-day EMA, and we're at the 50-day moving average. We're pinched right now. There's a good chance we can consolidate and see upside or downside tomorrow. Now, here's the problem. We don't know if we're going to see upside or downside, which is why I keep telling you that we want to trade above the 550 level on the SPY before we start going higher. We're right now in a very deep consolidation, which is why I've been picking stocks for today trade and swing trades with high volume, because we're not seeing anything here. So we have to get our waves from the stock if we can't get it from the index. And I think it helps that I trade very consistently so that every time you guys see me do this, you guys see that we're on the same page. What about QQQ? How does that look? We're bouncing off the 100-day moving average, but we can't get above the 200-day, the 50-day moving average. So again, we are pinched. We need to get above this level right here, the 487, to see some upside. Until we are either above the 50-day moving average, we're not going to get large institutions to come back in. And until we're below the 100-day moving average, we're not going to see major selling pressure. So we are pinched right now. What about SMH? SMH is right at the 100-day moving average, and between the 100 and the 50-day, just like the QQQ, the SMH is following the QQQ. We don't need to be Einsteins to figure that out. We could just look at our sector scan and see that. You see how everything connects to each other, how everything is related, how we confirm everything, how we're literally opening up the engine to the car and looking at every wire in the morning. So if we hear a burp from the car, we will know exactly what caused it. So there's no major surprises for me when I come into the office and start pulling in trades. We see exactly what's what and what's where. Okay. So we definitely have some vulnerability in technology. The Dow is looking okay because the Dow doesn't have the FANG stock exposure. Russell 2000 still has 75% trading above the 50-day moving average. If we look at the Russell 2000 right now, we look like we're just consolidating near this current level. I like what I'm seeing here. And by the way, if interest rates keep going down, that'll be very, very bullish for Russell 2000, which is one of the reasons we're seeing us sticky at this level. And we will remain sticky at this level, and we will actually go to all-time highs if there is an increased sense that Fed is going to start lowering rates in September. There has never been a bull market in the last 35 years that has not been triggered by the small caps. You need the support from financial stocks, and you need the support from small cap stocks to have a bona fide, which means good faith, bull market. Okay. All right. No, I don't have to go yet. I have to go in about 15 minutes. I still haven't given you, I had to go before 9 o'clock so I can get to the office on time. If I leave here after 9, I'm going to be late because I got to take care of some stuff before I have to leave. So you see where the Russell is. This is because, notice interest rate sensitive stocks like home building, home furnishings, all those stocks are going up. Russell is up here. The small caps always lead. So if you see more upside from small caps today, so my suggestion today would be to look at, this is where you write things down. My suggestion today would be looking at volatility, looking at the bond market, and looking at Russell and looking at the small caps and SMH. I have all of those on several lists. If you keep seeing small caps rally, that's very good for consumer discretionary. That's very good for technology. That's very good for smaller stocks. And also it'll give the market, because remember how the market was being driven by a few FANG stocks, right? A few FANG stocks. It's not being driven like that anymore because look at QQEW right now. Let's widen the market. How is it looking right now? It's at the 100-day moving average. Well, what about the regular Q? It's at the 100-day moving average. So we're not seeing that anymore. And you could see that very clearly by this. You can also see it very clearly by this. FANG stocks are these, right? They're not driving this market anymore. What about the equal weighted SPY? Let's take a look at that. That's right, Infinity. Exactly. And by the way, no matter who you follow, if you follow somebody who really trades or really knows the market infinitely, somebody who really knows their stuff, they're going to be telling you exactly what I'm telling you. They're not going to be telling you anything weird or different. Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate that. So you see how the QQQ, the non-equal weighted SPY is right here. It's actually looking better than the SPY itself. But that if you see equal weighted assets just as strong as the regular assets, that's telling it's actually stronger than this. This is below the EMA, and all the way down here, that's small caps, smaller stocks, less caps, stocks that have smaller market cap are starting to come in. RSP is above the 8-day EMA. where the regular one is not. And again, that's telling us, look, see how it's below? So large caps are not leading. Large caps are not leading. So what about key levels? You guys need key levels for the day, right? Let's see where we're at. So let me change my template. Let's see how my levels are holding. Remember I told you we're going to be sticking around. I told you about 3 weeks ago that there's a lot of support around this level right here. What are we doing? We're very, very sticky in this level. We need to go above 549 or below 542 to see any action on the SPY. The two levels you're going to be watching today is going to be 549 and 542. Okay. If we break 542, the next level is 538. If we break 548, the next level is all the way at 556. So if you see us breaking here overnight at the end of the day and coming up here, that means that we're looking really good. And if you see us breaking down here, it means we're looking really bad. And if you see us sticking around here, that means Roger may not have a lot of trades today. I did have 2 yesterday for you in the pit. I hope you guys made money. Both were shorts and taken within 15 minutes of each other. And I think we'll see some follow through on them today as well. Let's look at QQQ so I can give you levels there. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful? We're in our second rotation zone here on the SPY. On the QQQ. Look at the consolidation we had here. Remember I told you we're going to sit here for a while. We're going to consolidate here for a while. Look at where we're at right now. We're right below. We're in the second consolidation level. We're right here in this level. Let me give you the levels on the QQQ. Good. How will trading RSP be different than SPY? It's equal weighted, MV. It doesn't have the market capitalization. If you trade the regular SPY, 50% of SPY is FANG stocks. RSP makes, all right. RSP gives you democracy. All right. It makes everybody equal. SPY gives you gives you more equal weight, doesn't give you equal weight. It means the more richer you are, the bigger you are, the more voice you have. Okay. Try to remember it like that. Everybody gets the same in RSP. In SPY, the bigger you are, the more voting rights you get. Jill says more than you know. Good. So remember these levels, guys, 475 and 457, okay? Please remember. I'll give you these levels on the SMH too, and I'll give you them on the small caps. Folks have been really liking these levels. They've been helping people stay out of trouble. So look, remember I rode the red level here, and I said if we break this level, we're going to break down. This is yesterday. Look how we traded in this level all day. So the downside level is 235, and the upside level is 250. 235 and 250. Please remember these levels. And on the Dow, let's do the Dow. I like the Dow. The Dow has the least amount of buffoonery right now associated with it. And if you look at the Dow, look at where it is right now. It looks like it can come back up. But if you look at the Dow, those levels are right here. How you doing, Jill? I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you are doing well. Jill has been with us for a long time, like almost as long as Ken. So here are the levels for the Dow. We're right now at 405. If you trade the big Dow, just add a 0 to everything I'm saying. So this would be 40,050 or 40,500, excuse me. This would be 40,700. This would be 40,200 or 40,190. So these are the levels we're watching right now. Please make a screenshot, or you know what? I'll post this in the free Telegram channel intraday. How about that? SPY looks like QQQ looks like it's not doing all that great right now. It's barely flat right now. I'm looking at the QQQ on a 5-minute. Doesn't look all that great. SPY. Yeah, the market's not looking all that great. Good. I'm glad it helps you. Let's look at futures right now. Let's see how they're looking real quick. And then I'll get into my stocks. Good, 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 good. Let's look at futures. Not much difference, pretty much the same. This is randomness. And the only reason I would expect something not to be random would be because of all these earnings. 6 years with Wealth Press this August. I started, 6 years. Wow. Eagle Beagle. Glad to hear that. All right, let's talk about stocks that I have outlined. I talked about the sectors, showed you the sectors, interest rates, Russell 2000, healthcare, utilities, retail, material, home build. This is screaming lower interest rates. TLT, I showed you TLT this morning. You must be late, Thomas. TLT is in middle ground, but wait, there's more. TLT is in middle ground. Look, just kind of waiting between the two areas. But look at the futures. Look at the financials. All right, I gotta hurry up here. But look at the 10-year. Look at the 10-year. It's not in the middle. It's higher it's trending. Look. See that? And the deflationary zone is like right here. So if the Fed starts saying, if the Fed is dovish tomorrow, this thing is going to bolt. So you see how the futures looks? This is our deflationary level. I'll raise it a little bit, like right here. I don't know why I put it here. It's actually right here. This is our deflationary level. So the 10-year futures looks like this, and TLT looks like this. Basically, we're either going to go up here or we're going to go up here before the end of this week. And the 10-year will. So what about momentum levels? I wanted to just go to momentum levels. Momentum levels, 90-day lows, only 20 stocks. Not a lot of downside pressure at all in the market right now. Roger, why are you shorting stocks when there's no momentum to the downside? Because if a stock is moving down right now, it really means it. What about 90-day breakout? 306. We're still not, 185. We were at 305 yesterday, so we're cooling off. But anything below 450 doesn't really get my attention. Cam says, been following Roger's strategy since Market Geeks in 2015. Wow. And by the way, Cam and Gustavo show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. All right, let's talk about stocks that we like. All right. I've got a couple of doozies for you guys today. There are my dogs going again. Okay, I think I'll get out of here by 10 a.m. today. All right, so sector spotlight. I'm just regurgitating what I already went over today. Sector spotlight. We got the small cap S&P 500, or you could do IWM, same thing. But look at the small caps. Look how they're breaking out, making higher highs. So sector spotlight, small caps, and sector spotlight, home builders. That's my sector spotlight, okay? Home builders and small caps. And remember, small caps and financials are very much driven by lower interest rates, which we may be seeing very soon. So I'm going to give you stocks that are these are stocks that are on my A-line. I'm going to give you two different watch lists. I'm going to give you my A-line watch list, and I'm going to give you my regular watch list, something new today. So JP Morgan is on my A-line watch list to the long side. EA is on my A-line list to the long side. Okay. I don't have any short stocks on my A watch list, so I'll just continue doing my regular long list right now, and then I'll do the short list, okay? Since we're already on the long list. KKR. Folks, there's several companies that I have not screened this for sector correlation, and I have not screened this for earnings. So there may be 3 home building stocks here. There may be 3 banks, for example, hypothetically, okay? No, Duzzy. No, I don't. We'll find out if they're too stretched out after tomorrow's report because there's too many on our list. So there's a fundamental shift there. Fast. Matt brought the stock to my attention yesterday. It's looking pretty good. ICE. Oops. Can't type this morning for some reason. Yeah, I'll be leaving in just a few minutes. I still like this stock. It's a financial stock. It's a PNC, another financial stock. Again, please don't go crazy into financials. CCI. I got to finish this and then I'll be going. Nice looking stock here. AMT. Whew, breakout. Maybe this one may be a little too much too fast. AFL. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold everything. Hold everything. Hold everything. Hold everything. I'm on my wrong. I'm on folks. I'm on the wrong list. I'm on the wrong list. I'm on the wrong list. I'm giving you a list from yesterday. I'm on the wrong list. I'm going to start all over again. IYR highlighted sector. Sorry. Highlighted sector IYR. I went back and forth to show you guys something this morning and it messed me up. I apologize. IYR real estate sector is my highlighted sector. Now here are my list of stocks for the A-line watch list. I am so sorry. TJ Maxx, potential A-line watch list trade, and MAA, which is a apartment communities stock. I apologize. I am so sorry. So those are my two potential long A-line stocks. Now let me give you my two short potential A-line stocks. We're just talking about A-line. We're just talking about potential A-line stocks. Schwab breaking off. Remember what I always tell you? A bounce to the 200 and then coming back down. And then one more potential A-line short. I'm giving you guys red meat today. No, home builders are not stretched yet. So those are my two potential A-line trades. SLB and SH and Schwab to the downside. And to the upside, my potential upside A-line trades are TJ Maxx and MAA. My office is 15 minutes away. No, Cecilia. I have to get out of my subdivision, which takes me about 10 minutes, and then another 10 minutes to the office. So those are now let me give you my list of stocks to the upside and to the downside. I am so sorry about that. The last thing I want to do is confuse you guys. My short list. This is my short list, okay? I'm in my home office right now, so these are my regular. What's the difference between the A-line and these? A-line are stocks that are pulling back and maybe coming back up. These are breakdowns or breakouts. Uber's on my list for the first time. That's a consumer discretionary company, not a tech company. I mean, you can argue, but these are stocks that are breaking down. Yeah, the room next door. No, this one has about till the 200-day line. PDD. Hey, you guys remember this stock from yesterday? Does anybody remember this stock from yesterday? It's down about 0.70 right now. If you're still in, you can get out. If you held it overnight. Breaking the 100-day moving average. Have a nice little target here. CLS. ANF. Again, another consumer discretionary stock. Starbucks can really send these further down. And then I already gave you the other two. Good, Brian. Good. Let me and Ben. Well, Ben, I think most people already took profit on Ben. I haven't really looked at it this morning yet. Now let me give you the long list. GH. This is the long list. ICE. And yes, we do have similar stocks or same stocks sometimes. RTX is on my list again. I've noticed that LMT and this stock, they tend to be very correlated. Home improvement stock is on my list. No, IYR is not an A-line trade. It's my sector standout. It's, by the way, up 7% this morning. So you may want to keep away from this stock for now. It's a little overdone. ECL. Now, this stock is down at 240 right now. This could be a perfect eight. I'm going to make a little note here. ECL. Let me just tell Mats to keep an eye on this stock. Sorry about that. Just needed to. Don't think this doesn't help me either here. No, Ricky, I didn't say to get out of the open. I just said, I don't know. I will have to tell you on the Telegram channel. But I like this stock. I don't know if it's earnings or not. If it's earnings, I would stay away from it. But if it's not earnings, the fact that this stock is coming down to the 240 level is very exciting for now. VRTX, healthcare. If you have the stock, Ricky, you can even get out before the open. You guys can trade before the opening bell, right? Look how smooth this stock is. Very smooth. VRTX, ADP. Did ADP have earnings? Nice breakout here. AMT. And I got one more for you. Oh, we already covered that one. And Step. Beautiful stock. All right, folks, join me today at 1 p.m. We're gonna talk about the pit, how we've been doing, give you guys an update, not the Pro Trader dashboard, but the pit. Check it out, and join me for my VIP room today at noon. We're going to be talking about these reports that came out, the impact of these reports. So to summarize everything before I let you guys go, I'm still more bullish blue chips than tech stocks. I'm very nervous about the tech stocks. I like everything relating to interest rates going down right now. Okay. Yeah, no on ADP. No on ADP. It's overdone right now. It's a little overdone. All right. If there's any questions at all, if there's something that I didn't answer, if there's something you guys think I could be doing that will make this easier, send me an email. I don't bite. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. I'm going to head to work. So hopefully I'll get there in time. Bye, everybody. I'll see you later. Have a great day. And thanks for all the words of encouragement, the amazing feedback, and the great testimonials during my trade rooms. You guys are amazing, which is why I'm here for you all so much. Bye, everyone.